Hello and welcome to another live stream with Lady Visionary. Welcome to the live stream Visionary family. I know we've had a lot of new subscribers, so I just want to say thank you guys very, very much for coming over to the channel and supporting me here. And to all our subscribers who have been with us for some time, thank you guys so much for just sticking around with us. I have a very special guest with me today, which I'll introduce in a minute. But before we introduce her, I just want to say a few things. So, if you're watching, please do go ahead and share this live stream um, on your various social media handles. You've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. Just share the stream so that others can really know about the opportunities that are available to them. It also helps this platform to grow. We have been growing over the last couple of weeks and we plan to continue to grow. So, what you can do for us really is help by supporting the stream and sort of sharing it out there to various people who may also want to know about the opportunities that are available. We're here, we're bringing you serious business on this platform, no playing about. Those of us who are really serious about investing on the continent and you want valuable information, this is the place to be. As I said, I just want to welcome everybody, but also I want to speak about the Africa Rising Investment Fund, which I've also spoken about quite a few times here on the channel. So this is an opportunity for young Rwandans in rural settings to pitch a business idea, and they will be given between 200 and 1,000 pounds to, build their business ideas. So if you are interested to support that, you can make a donation. The information is in the description bar. You can go ahead and donate via PayPal. Um, oh right, yes. I just wanted to say also it's my birthday on the 20. Oh God, I'm forgetting my birthday. My birthday's on the 18th of this month, and I'm on the road to 2,000K subscribers. So again, you guys can support me by just sharing my videos. So going through my channel, if there's any videos that particularly you like, please do go ahead and share those videos for me just to help me get to 2K by the 18th of September, which is my birthday. So I'm about to invite our special guest here today who will be talking to you about, her agribusiness in Rwanda. I know many of you will have questions. So if you could wait till the end or towards the end where we can sort of answer some of your questions regarding this particular topic. I just want to wait a little bit for more people to join the live stream before I invite our special guest who is backstage. Okay, if you're listening in to us, you can always let me know where you're listening in from. That will be great. And those of you who actually want to support the Africa Rising investment funds, I will leave the link here so you guys can. I have a GoFundMe basically, so you actually can support by using the GoFundMe link. Or as I said, the details are in the description bar. You can support via PayPal. So that would be much appreciated. So I'm getting a few more of you here. Thank you guys again for being with us. Thank you guys so much for joining. And those of us who will be joining later on after the live stream, there will be a slight delay because we're waiting for others to join before we basically start. Okay, so let me know where you're all listening in from. Good day to you as well, everybody that's listening in. I think what we'll do, we will go ahead and start actually. And I'm about to bring our special guest in. and she will introduce herself. So this is our special guest. Hello and welcome to our live stream. I was thinking, should I introduce you? Actually, let our special guest introduce herself. First of all, start by, telling us your name and a bit about yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Iba Ushe. I am a nurse originally from Zimbabwe, and I'm doing business in Rwanda.
Okay.
I would like to share why I think it's a go-to area. I've not turned my head back since I went to Rwanda. I've been to 3 other countries in Africa, but Rwanda for all my needs. Investment in Rwanda, because in Rwanda it's an investor-friendly country. They just treat you so well, you just feel at home. It's a high opportunity and low risk country, and there is robust governance in Rwanda. Though I live in the UK, my business is doing well in Rwanda, even if I'm not there. My long-term plan is that I will go and live in Rwanda once all the infrastructure and all the other things I'm working for are in place.
Fantastic, fantastic. So do you want to tell us the actual business that you're doing in Rwanda?
Yes, it was difficult to come up with the idea of doing which business in Rwanda. There are so many opportunities that are waiting to be discovered. Once you get there, you actually get confused because there is a lot going on the ground. Currently, I am doing agribusiness. I'm involved in crop and animal husbandry. I do have some pigs. I started last year with 17 pigs.
How many
now
pigs?
There are 17.
17.
But now I've over 100. Wow. I only started in June. I started on the 24th of June in 2019. And as of now, I have 126 pigs, of which some of them I've already sold. It is a good business. And why I looked at agribusiness, it is very important because of food security. It also provides income and employment for the locals.
So my question is, you started this piggery business. Why did you choose that business over, say, for example, the poultry business? Because we know there's opportunities in the poultry business in Rwanda, and there's room for that to grow. So explain to us why you chose this particular business route.
I chose the piggery route because of remote management, really. With the poultry, you can have a lot of chicks, but the accountability can be a bit difficult if you are not on the ground. That was the only reason. But as the business grows, it's still on our agenda to put up the poultry once I live in Rwanda.
Okay, fantastic. So you think that the poultry business, it's a great opportunity, but it's something that needs to be managed whilst you're there, and why?
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic.
You need to be on the ground with poultry because it's small livestock, whereas piggery, it's a bit easier to manage at a distance.
Okay, so would you say the losses are less with piggery that the fact that you're not there? Sorry.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, and
That's
just tell us,
that's the main reason the losses are less, and because the accountability can be quite difficult in terms of numbers, because I'm looking at doing this at a large scale.
yes. Okay, fantastic. So, a question that I wanted to ask you. So, did you have prior knowledge about this business venture? And if not, how did you acquire the knowledge and what did you need to go forward with this particular business strategy?
I did have a prior knowledge. Like I said, I'm from Zimbabwe. I used to work at an agricultural college in Zimbabwe, so I knew a little bit about these pigs. That's why I decided to go that route. It's something that I have done before. But moving forward with pigs, it's quite a big business in that you can engage in making other products like bacon, sausages. You can go into all that, which I'm looking at doing with time. It's
So
quite
that's what you're
a
talking
long
about. Is that
value
meat
chain
production?
for pigs.
Is that meat production basically what you're speaking about?
It's meat processing.
Processing,
Yes.
sorry, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So the opportunities are vast and huge, basically, from what you're saying. So there's different routes you can go into from starting a business such as yours.
Yes, there are different routes. It's like someone can decide to put up a food processing plant, and then they can actually buy pigs from small farmers like ourselves. Then that way, at least we can work together. But having said that, that's my anticipation that as the business grows, I'm going to engage myself into that.
Okay, fantastic. So, there'll be people who, may be thinking about going into this type of business, but they don't have prior knowledge. What would your advice be to those people?
I do offer consultancy services where I can give them some information on how to set up a business from in Rwanda from A to Z. It all depends on what they know, what they need, at what stage. Because some people they may have the knowledge, they want to start say on D. Others they want to start on A. We have some packages that we can offer, and we can also introduce them to our links in Rwanda.
Okay, fantastic. So I have got your email address, so which I've put in the description bar to this particular live stream. So those of you watching out there who are interested in this particular business, there Eba is offering consultation. So you can go ahead and send her an email regarding your particular needs, and she will reach out to you via email. So please do go ahead and reach out to her. So, you spoke a bit about this business. There are people out there who may think, do I need a large amount of capital to start this particular business? What are the requirements? So, what sort of capital are we talking about initially in terms of startup cost? Because I know many people will want to know, because we have many people who are interested in doing various businesses on the continent or specifically in Rwanda, and they're thinking, well, do I need a large investment? How much is enough? How much will be sustainable for a project like this?
The initial investment capital, you need at least about 20,000 British pounds. But having said that, it all depends on what one wants, at what scale, because I'm talking of my own experience, at least 20,000 pounds. You can be left with some change, but at least you'll be safer to start with that amount. so that you have to cater for the pig pens, your workforce, the feeds. There's a lot that goes into it until you start running.
Okay, fantastic. So I know with you just by talking to you a bit backstage, that you, I think, acquired your own land. But there may be people out there that says, can I rent? Is there land available to rent? Is it better to rent the land or purchase the land for yourself? What would you say to them?
I would suggest that if there is a way of renting, it will be okay. But in terms of businesses like what I'm doing, you are going to be putting some money into infrastructure, into the structures and all that. It all depends on what you agree with the owner. Rwanda is a small country, so renting can be an option. People are willing to help, but you also need to be in agreement with the landowner in terms of how we are going to account. So the best thing would be to buy your own for such a project. But if you are doing, after harvesting, you can say your goodbyes. But if it is something like a piggery, you will have infrastructures in place of which you need to account for this as you start your contract if you decide to rent a piece of land. But I think it's feasible.
Okay, fantastic. So there she said it, you can rent a piece of land for this project, but it's better to acquire your own because of the costs and everything that's involved in that. So what sort of turnover would you be looking at, approximate turnover with a piggery business such as yours? So we're talking about a monthly turnover.
It needs quite a lot of detail to explain about the turnover, but what I'm saying, just an example, one pig on average, it has the 3 gestation periods in a year, of which it gives birth. Like this morning, one of our pigs has given birth to 11 piglets.
Wow.
They do give birth quite a lot. It's like it all depends at what stage also one buys the pigs. I remember when we first started, our first piglets were from a sow that we bought, which was already pregnant. We bought a pregnant sow, which gave birth on our farm, and it gave birth to 13 piglets.
Wow, wow,
So
wow.
one pig can, one sow can have, say, 50 piglets in a year.
Yes. And so with that one pig, like just to give our audience like a figure, an estimated figure for like a small to medium size business, piggery business, what would we looking at in terms of turnover per month? Because I know some people will be interested to know the figures, hence why I'm asking you for something.
Like I said in the first place, it all depends on the number of pigs you have.
Yes.
But given that, like our type of business, I'm looking at least 4,000 pounds. I just quoted pounds because that's what I'm
Yes.
used to. 4,000 pounds per month is feasible.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a very good income. Obviously, also if you times that by 12 months, and obviously if you expand your business, then you can expect further incomes. So many of us would like to know what would be some of the challenges with a business such as this. what are some of the challenges that you face on the ground?
I would say the main challenge that we faced at first was the language barrier, but we have gone around this by recruiting graduates, skilled agricultural graduates. We have 2 agricultural graduates on a daily basis.
Sorry, you're cutting out. Can you just start again? So you said, the language barrier. So you've tried to overcome this by recruiting skilled graduates. Can you continue from there? Sorry.
Yes, I recruited 2 agricultural graduates, and these graduates, they work with the casual workers who don't speak English, but they speak Kinyarwanda.
Yes.
Of which that way at least our labor costs are a bit lower, because if someone speaks English in Rwanda, you need to pay more.
Yes.
Of which is an advantage, because they can communicate with us, considering that we are managing this business remotely.
Okay. And aside from the language barrier, just one more challenge on the ground that, doing this business potentially we will face.
Another challenge is you also need the links to the sellers. So to the buyers, the people who buy the pigs from you, you need those links, because you end up being stuck with a number of pigs without buyers. But like I was saying, I offer a consultant service where I can link anyone who is interested in piggery to see where they can sell their produce once it's ready.
Yes, so Eba Ushe is saying that, if you go in, there's opportunities in the piggery business, but going into this business, you really need to know what you're doing and you really need to know your market. So what you don't want to do is, raise the pigs and then not having a market at the end of that, because it is high cost in terms of feeding the pigs. So you just want to make sure that you gain your profit at that particular time. So she does offer a consultancy service for anybody who is interested in doing piggery in Rwanda. I have left her email in the description bar, so you can go ahead and email her. She's happy to answer all your questions and any of your concerns that you may have. I will open up the floor now for anybody who wants to ask any questions. Please go ahead and type your questions in the comments and I will bring that up on the screen for her. So if you do have any questions, please go ahead and type those. Those of us who are listening in, please do go ahead and like and share the stream. So I'm just going to wait and see if anybody has any sort of questions with regards to this topic, and then see. So what I'll also do is I can invite, let's share the link. Bear with me. Share the link. So if anybody do want to come in and ask a question, please go ahead. Yes. So today we're talking about the business opportunity in Rwanda. So specifically, we're talking about piggery at the moment. For those of you who have joined, that's what we're talking about at the moment. If you do have any questions, please do go ahead. If you don't know what we're talking about, you will have to sort of go back and start from the beginning to catch up with this live stream for those of you who entered a little bit later. So are you planning on, you did say earlier on, you are planning to move to Rwanda, is that correct?
Yes, I am planning to move to Rwanda eventually. I'm just giving myself maybe 2, 3 years in the UK. Then I'll go and live in Rwanda.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. And I think you spoke a little bit earlier about why, why Rwanda. I think Rwanda's, they are on the map now. So the economy is booming. So what was it about Rwanda for you specifically that you chose Rwanda as a place to kind of do business and to potentially live?
It is a high secure country. That gives you a peace of mind. When you are, say, a foreigner, you don't feel like a foreigner when you're in Rwanda. The people are very friendly. And like I said, I still repeat, security is very important, especially if you're a foreigner, you can't speak the language. But even if I can't speak the language, somehow we get around to understanding each other.
Okay, so we've got some questions coming in now. And those of you who are entering, if you have any questions regarding this piggery business that she's doing in Rwanda, please do go ahead and send out your questions. Africa is saying, is she in Rwanda? Earlier on, she said that she is not currently in Rwanda, but she has, sorry, I should let you answer that question. Sorry. The question is, are you in Rwanda?
No, I'm in the UK at the moment, but I intend to go and live in Rwanda in 3 years' time.
Yeah. And whilst she is in the UK, she has a manager who manages her piggery business. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Photon 30, do you also do business with the neighboring countries or just Rwanda?
At the moment, I'm just doing business in Rwanda.
Okay, so I think she's answered your questions, but just to kind of expand on that, do you think there's potential markets in neighboring countries? Have you looked at that?
I would like to do that once I will be living in Rwanda. I was looking at the supply in neighboring countries. Actually, some of our buyers are coming from DRC.
Okay, fantastic. So there you go. So she is supplying to Rwanda, but some of her buyers are from the DRC. So hopefully that answers your questions. And also, yeah, I think there is definitely a market within the Eastern African community. I think when you're thinking about doing business, because Rwanda is a small country, if you want a wider market, you definitely have to think wider afield in terms of your profits. So what would you say with regards to that, Eba?
That's very true. The business for it to expand, I have to look at neighboring countries. Like I'm saying, we have already started supplying to DRC.
And yeah, the business, hopefully by God's grace, will continue to grow. Right, next question. How close is your piggery to Kigali? Do you process the pigs at your farm or does someone else? Do you sell your pigs outside of Rwanda? So she's already answered that particular question, that she does have some of her clients who are from the DRC. So I'll let you answer the rest of that question.
The piggery is not in Kigali. It's outside Kigali. It's in the eastern province.
Sorry, say that again.
We don't
Sorry.
process the pigs ourselves, but that's our next step. That, like I
Sorry,
said, we
Eva.
only started last year.
Just a moment, because you were breaking up. Can you start again regarding that question? So you said that the piggery site is not in Kigali.
It is not in Kigali, it's in the eastern province. It's about 2 hours from Kigali, 2 hours drive from Kigali. In terms of processing the pigs, we don't process the pigs yet, but it's something we are looking at, building an abattoir for ourselves so that we process the pigs. Like I said, we only started last year in June. We are looking into that direction.
Okay, fantastic. So there you have it. If you want to ask any further questions leading on what she said, please go ahead. So the next question is, can you explain again why swine over poultry just got in? So this is the Africa Chronicles. She did answer this question earlier on, but she will just briefly answer it again because you've just come in.
Poultry is also on my projects. Like I said, a piggery is easy to manage at a distance, unlike poultry, in my opinion.
Okay, so there you have it. And also you can go back and listen and find out why piggery over poultry. She's not currently in Rwanda at the moment. She is in the UK, but planning to she does go back and forth and planning to move to Rwanda. While she's not in Rwanda, she felt like the piggery was the best option, but she is planning to expand and go into poultry when she's living in Rwanda. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay. What is the going rate for managers if you don't mind sharing? So I think you can just give like a guesstimate or estimate.
It depends on how much, how big is your project, how many pigs they are looking after. Just an example, for our project, we are looking at 200 to 300,000 Rwandan francs per month for the manager.
Okay, so I think that's from the homegirl healer. So in dollars, that would be about $300 per month when we're looking at the manager cost for that particular business, roughly. Okay, so we've got another question here, not about piggery. Is it easy to buy land in Rwanda? I have got a video on the process of buying land in Rwanda, but I will let Eba answer this question because she's already gone through the process of buying land and she'll be able to give you valuable information. So, what would be your answer regarding this question?
It's not difficult to buy land in Rwanda as long as someone has their title deeds. You can go into negotiation to buy a piece of land in Rwanda. If you agree, you go to the land office and you can make your exchanges there. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. For me, I think in terms of this, the processes of buying land in Rwanda it's very clear. So it's unlike some other countries, it's probably less likely for you to get scammed. So I would say buying land in Rwanda is easy. It's an easy process, but I may be saying that because I've been through the process several times. But all the lands have numbers, and you can check with the what's it the land
The land registry.
Yeah, exactly. You can check to ensure that that land that you're buying actually belongs to that person who is selling the land. It for me, it's a very straightforward process. Okay. Is it easy to find food for the pigs? Price and availability. That's from Photon 30.
It is available.
Sorry, Eba. Can you hello? Your
Hello.
sorry, just the volume was sort of going in and out. Can you say that again? Sorry.
It's not difficult to find the stock feeds for the pigs. It's just that you have to budget for it accordingly. As you all know, pigs, they need to eat quite a lot. So you just need to be on top of it. I would say that's one of the biggest challenges because pigs they eat, but if you feed them, you also get.
Yeah. So Eba basically said that food is available. You must be aware that pigs consume a lot of food. So yeah, that's one of the sort of sides that you need, the challenges that you need to think about when going into this particular business is that pigs do consume a lot of food, but also there are big profits that can be made from this particular business. Okay, a homegirl healer said, thank you for answering those questions. Just going to take a few more questions before we round up now. How many people do you employ? I think someone is saying we can't hear. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you
Everyone
hear
just,
me?
can you hear us now? Okay, can you let us know if you can hear us, please? Okay. Right, the next question is how many people do you employ? I think you answered that a bit earlier, but you can just give the figure.
We have 4 permanent employees at the moment, but as the business expands, we intend to increase the workforce.
Okay, fantastic. So she does employ a couple of people. They are local Rwandans. Okay, someone is saying, Rama, we'll just take your question, even though it's not on the topic of the piggery, but I guess it is sort of involved. Is there a real estate agent that you go through to find the land, or is it word of mouth? From my understanding, there is quite a few real estate companies um, in Rwanda, so you can Google it and find that. Or yes, it can be word of mouth. Um, so yeah, I don't know what you want to add to that, Eba.
Yeah, I second your answer. There are many estate agents in Rwanda, but you can also get information. Like I said, I do have some links where we can work it out if you need more help.
Okay. So again, her email is in the description bar, so you can go ahead and get the details from down there, and also just send her an email, and she'll be happy to answer your questions. I bought land in West Africa last year, and so far do not have any paper. I have regret because I should invest. So I'm guessing you're saying you should have invested in Rwanda. Yeah, Rwanda, once you pay for your land and everything is processed, the evidence you have is your land papers. For me, if you don't have your land papers, then the land is not really, you can't really say you own it. So legally, you should have those land papers with your name on it. Okay. So I think, you have to be careful in terms of buying land to just make sure that you go through the right processes, and where you don't know the information, then that's up to you to gain the information, because especially when it comes to sort of putting your money in, you don't want to lose your money, so making sure you understand the processes of buying land on the continent before going ahead and doing so. I know some places it's easier to buy land, but other places it's quite a challenge, and some people have spoken about the challenges that they have faced with regards to acquiring land. So that you definitely need to be careful about that. Just going through, is there some structures we can work with in Rwanda? I'm not really understanding your question. Do you understand that question?
Structures in what way?
Yeah, can you be clearer with regards to that question? We're just coming to a close now. So again, if you have any questions, please type them out in the comments and we'll be happy to answer those for you. Kijani, if you are listening and you want to clarify your question, we'll just give you a moment to clarify your question and then we will be rounding up. Okay. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. So okay, so thank you guys all for watching the live stream today. We just want to thank Eba O'Shea for, joining us here and shedding some light in terms of, doing agribusiness in Rwanda. It's been a pleasure having you here. Actually, I just wanted to ask one question before we go. Actually, there are people who are apprehensive about investing on the continent or investing in Rwanda. They may be like there's fear, an element of fear. Should I? What if? There's. What would you say to people out there who are apprehensive and are fearful about investing and even moving to the continent?
Like I said, I did my research before I set my heart on Rwanda. I feel Rwanda is safe. I even feel safer in Rwanda than where I currently live. Always the media, they say whatever they say, but you need to go and see it for yourself. Like I said, I'm more than willing and happy to help whoever wants to set their business in Rwanda.
Okay. Again, thank you all for watching. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and like the stream. Again, I want to say a very big thank you for appearing on the channel and, just giving information, because there's a lot of people out there who want to move to the continent, who want to invest. We are seeing a lot of people now moving towards Rwanda and asking a lot of questions. So hopefully people who are out there who, had some questions and interested to go into this business of agriculture, have a little bit more of a clarity. And again, you can always email Eba. She's willing to answer all your questions. She is running a consultancy for those of you who are interested. All the details are in the description box. I just want to say thank you again for joining us and goodbye. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, Visionary family. Thank you.